Alright, so this is the first module of the training, the QTP training, and in this basically we'll start with the very basics of QTP, that what we are gonna cover in this whole course, and what version of QTP will I be working on, how do you install QTP, and what can you expect out of this course. Alright, so basically first thing is that about this course, what all will be covered, right? This course will be divided into three parts. One is VB scripting, one is basic QTP, and the third one is the advanced QTP. Okay, in basic QTP, in VB scripting, we'll just learn about how to use VB scripting in QTP and how to work with VB script basically. In basic QTP, we'll see various features of QTP, what all features do we have in QTP, how to use those features, and what's the advantage of using those features over other tools available in the market and all, right? And we in the main work, the actual work will start up when we actually start with advanced QTP. Okay, in advanced QTP we have something known as descriptive programming, which we'll be doing how to work without the object repository, and basically how to make a framework, a keyword driven framework, or a hybrid framework, or a data driven framework which is available in the market. And in the end we'll also see how to connect QTP with Quality Center. Quality Center is again a tool by HP. It's a bug management system, and you can it's not actually a bug management system, it's something different. You can connect QTP into it with it, and you can run your test scripts with help of Quality Center, right? So let's start with the course. Today I'll just tell you how to install QTP on your machine. You can simply install QTP on your machine by going to Google. The latest version of QTP in the market is QTP 11.0, and we'll be working on that. Every year the HP company, QTP belongs to HP, it releases a new version. In 2010 it was QTP 10, in 2009 it was QTP 9, and in 2011 it is QTP 11. So every year with the year name they kind of release a new version. Fine. In order to download and install QTP, you can go to Google and just type download QTP, right? And here there will be a link called, or you can write download QTP HP. Yeah, this is the link, IT Performance Suite HP Enterprise Software. You can go over here to HP's site, and you can basically download it from here. I'm on the wrong one, sorry. I'll write download HP QTP 11.0. The link used to come over here. Yeah, HP's download center. You can download it from here. Download center. Fine. Basically HP has got a lot of products, okay, and QTP is one of them. And you can go to the download center of HP. Here is the download center of HP, and you can get QTP from there. It's a big software, it's around 3.5 GB in size, and you can write the keywords as QTP and search. Right, this is the one, trial software, HP functional testing 11.0 evaluation. You click on it, and basically you have to fill this long form and you will get a link in your email to actually download QTP. It takes quite a while to download it because it's around 3.5 GB in size. Alright, now once you have downloaded it, you need to install it. Right, it's just like installing any other software, right? And in the beginning, what happens is that .NET framework gets installed, and after that QTP gets installed. It takes quite a while. In between of installation, you might get error message or a warning message like, do you want to restart your computer now? Setup has determined to restart your computer. Don't restart in between of the installation, restart in the end. Click on the no option while installing it. Right, now one more thing, while installing QTP, you will get a window like this. Wait a minute. I'll just show you the window. Alright. Avinav, can you please mute your microphone from here? This option. If you want to talk, you can just unmute it. Fine. Actually, I'm recording this session. That's why. So, you'll get a window like this. Fine. In this is known as the add-on window or the custom setup. Now, what are add-ons? By default, ActiveX, Visual Basic and Web will be selected. Okay. Now suppose you are testing a web-based application, right? That is a normal web-based application. Then you need three of these add-ons, right? Okay. Now suppose I'm testing a desktop-based product using QTP, right? And that product is made in .NET. Then I need to put the .NET add-on, right? If a website is made in .NET, it's not necessary to put the .NET add-on. Okay. Generally, these add-ons are made for the desktop-based applications. For example, if I'm testing anything in Java, okay, and I'm testing a Java-based applet, right? An applet which has been made in Java, then I need to put this Java add-on. Okay, so are you getting that? Yeah. Right. So similarly, for Siebel SAP based applications, you need to put the add-ons. But most of the time, while testing the web based applications, ActiveX, Visual Basic and the web add-on, they do 100% of the work. So while installing QTP, these three will be selected by default. Okay, just keep them, and if you want to select any other add-on, you can select them. In case you want to, you can say, in case you want, after installing QTP, you want to add an add-on, then you can just go to the control panel, add remove programs, and modify this QTP and add more add-ons. Right. So I'll just cancel this installation. Right. Right. So now we'll start QTP. After you have installed QTP, an icon like this will come on your window. Okay. You double click on this and you'll get a license warning that software, I'm getting it, that the software is going to expire in 28 days. It actually expires in 30 days. You go to 30-day trial period. After 30 days, you need to format your system. Okay. After 30 days, you will have to format your complete system and then install QTP again. Fine. So you click on continue. Never ever click on the install license button. If you click on the install license button, then everything will go for a toss. QTP will actually, it will not work. You'll have to format your system, and don't change the system date. Okay, and don't change the system date at all. So this is the add-on window which I was getting: ActiveX, Java, Visual Basic, Web add-on. Okay, whatever kind of add-on you need to, whatever add-on you installed, all the add-ons you'll get over here. Now you click on OK and it will start. Right, so this is the welcome screen. You can right click and close the start page, and this is basically QTP. Fine. In the central part over here we do all the coding work, right? So out here all the VB scripting is done, the coding, and on the left hand panel I have my test case, and there are various other features to it as well. Fine. Now what I can do is now, like any other automation tool available in the market, QTP has got a very basic feature of recording and running a test. Okay, but before that I'll tell you what you can expect out of this course in the end. Right, in the end the basic motive is to actually make a testing framework. Okay, a testing framework looks something like this. Okay, so I cannot show it to you today. I'll show it to you tomorrow. I don't have the Excel file XLS installed on my PC anyways. Okay, basically a testing framework is something in which everything is controlled through an Excel file. You control all your test cases and all while testing through an Excel file. Fine. I'll give you an overview of the testing framework tomorrow after installing the Microsoft Office 2007. Right. Now let's look at the basic features of QTP. Right. Today we'll not start with the VB scripting directly. Okay. We'll look at some basic features of the QTP as a tool itself. Now, like any other automation tool, it's got a feature of record and run. This is the record button and this is the run button. There are many automation tools available in the market, right? Such as Silk Test is there. One of the famous ones which is getting famous in the market these days is Selenium. Selenium is also there, QTP is there. Every tool has got a feature of record and run. So if I click on record button, a window like this pops up, right? And you click on OK, and QTP will go in the recording mode. Okay. Now when you open something, suppose I open my Internet Explorer, and after that suppose I open my Mozilla, right? So QTP will record both these commands. Okay. QTP will record, see, the first command is systemutil.run the path of the IE.exe, and the second command is systemutil.run and the path of firefox.exe, right? So you can actually record and run everything. So when I actually wait a minute, when I run this, you click on the run button, the same commands will be repeated. One Firefox will open and one Internet Explorer will open. See that I have got one Internet Explorer opened, right, and one Firefox open. Okay, I'll just close everything. Right, so I'll record again, and I'll open a Mozilla now, and I will go to the website, say Google, and type something here and click on the Google search button. Fine. So this is how like I have recorded some simple stuff, right? And this is the code which gets generated automatically. Okay, you will be able to understand a little bit. For example, web button, Google search dot click, navigate to google.com, right? Later on we'll study in detail what this code actually means. But if you click on the run button now, everything will start running. Right? Abhinav, can you please mute your microphone for a while? It would be really great. Right, from this option in Skype. Alright, so right, so basically whatever you do on the browser, it will get recorded. Okay, and when you run this, it will start running. Right, and it will actually repeat all the steps. Fine, and it will actually search for QTP. Fine, and QTP can be used to record web-based as well as Windows-based applications. Fine. Now, what do you mean by a Windows-based application? Windows-based application is like a calculator is there, or whatever runs on your desktop basically. Okay, a Windows-based application, QTP can record that as well. But for there is a there are some conditions. Okay, if you are going to record on a browser, that means a web-based application, right? Only two things are supported. One is the Internet Explorer is supported, and second one is Mozilla. But Mozilla is supported till the version 3.6, not after that. Okay, Mozilla 5.0 is the latest version, but only Mozilla 3.6 is supported, and no other browser is supported other than these two by QTP. Okay, now basically QTP is a regression testing tool. It's used in the regression phase. So you can actually use these two browsers. They are more than enough for the regression testing actually, where you just need to check basically the functionality of the application, right? Whether the application is running fine or not. So these are the two tools available, two browsers available. But if we talk about any other automation tool, for example, if we talk about Selenium, then Selenium is actually supporting a lot of browsers, right? It supports Chrome, Safari, and everything, right? And it's free of cost. But QTP it's a paid tool. It's the license costs around $9,000. When actually the trial period of this QTP gets over, I told you, right? The trial period is around 30 days. You have to format your system and install it again, right? So if you are recording on a browser, then the first rule is that only Internet Explorer and Mozilla are supported. Fine. And if you actually, one more thing, QTP will record only on those browsers which are opened after opening QTP. So you have to make sure that the browser is opened after opening QTP. If a browser is opened and the QTP is not opened, and I start my QTP, after starting my QTP I start recording on that particular browser, okay, then QTP will not record in that browser. Only the browsers which are opened after opening QTP will be detected. Now one more thing, sometimes people they come to me and tell me that QTP is not working on their browsers. Okay, Now that's mainly because of one reason. People actually install a lot of add-ons in their browsers sometimes. Add-ons means you get an add-on on the top, like sometimes you get an add-on like this Facebook, Zing, and all lot of stuff over here on the top of the browser. Now sometimes those browsers they interact with QTP and they interfere with the work of QTP, and QTP it never records. Okay, so basically you have to make sure that no add-on and all is installed on your browser. Okay, sometimes very rarely you get this problem. Okay, now you can also record what do you say, Windows based applications like working on a calculator. Okay, just a minute. Now for example, I click on the record button and I open my calculator, right, and I multiply two numbers, 9 into 6 equals to, right, and you see that some code has been generated. You'll be able to understand it a little bit, right? System.run calc and the calculator will open and two numbers will get multiplied, right? And when you run this, the same steps will be repeated. A calculator will open and it will multiply two numbers. Okay, and automatically this screen will come. This screen is known as the result screen, right? And basically you see this screen, it always disturbs you, it keeps up popping up. We'll see later on, we'll study this. You can disable the automation or this result screen from automatically popping up by going to the tools option window on the top and go to the run settings and uncheck this, view results when the run session ends, right? So the execution of QTP is very fast. When I run this, it's very fast, right? Now there are some rules for recording the Windows based applications as well, like calculator. Okay, the first thing is that only one instance, that is only one calculator should be opened. QTP can record on multiple browsers simultaneously, but if it's some Windows based application, for example, the calculator is opened, right? When I run this, another calculator will open and QTP will actually get confused to on which calculator should I be testing. So as soon as I close one of them, the testing resumes on the other one. So you have to make sure that only one instance of the application under test, that is the Windows application under test, is supported. Fine. And another one is that whenever you install QTP on your machine, right, it will not record Windows based applications by default. Okay, whenever you install QTP, by default QTP, you have to make some settings inside QTP which allows QTP to actually record Windows based applications. Okay, those settings are like this. You go into automation, record and run settings. Okay, these are the settings for the web based applications. I'll talk about these settings in some time, right, in coming sessions of today, right? And these are the settings for the Windows based applications. Okay, for Windows based applications, you need to make sure that all the three checkboxes are checked. When you install QTP, this middle one is not installed, is unchecked actually. So because of this, QTP never records. So many students, they come to me and tell me that fine, my desktop based applications are not getting recorded. You have to make sure that all three are checked. Fine. So all options checked in, record and run. These are the rules for recording Windows based applications. If you go to automation record and run settings, and if you go to Windows applications, so these are three other one. Applications opened via quick test, applications open via desktop, right? This is unchecked when you install QTP freshly. Okay, so these are the some basic rules of recording web based applications, of recording Windows based applications. Fine. Now let's see what's the disadvantage of record and run and why people don't prefer using it practically. The basic thing is that record and run will actually help you to record anything which is static on your web page or application. Okay. For example, I go to the website bbc.com, right, and I see that there is a top headlines over here. Okay, now this headlines is going to change after every 1 hour, right? Now I cannot record and run clicking on this headlines, right, because this is changing after every 1 hour. Okay, all the news is changing regularly, so you cannot record and run and test this website. So that's the basic disadvantage of record and run. Record and run is on the static pages, on the content which is not changing. But these days you have got websites on which the content is constantly changing. So you need to use something known as descriptive programming or advanced QTP here to solve your problems. Fine. So although record and run looks very impressive, okay, it looks very impressive. It is there and it's there in all the tools. Okay, but practically the practical usage is very less. Okay, you get stuck many times because of record and run. So in advanced QTP, when we study advanced QTP, we'll see how to use descriptive programming to avoid this record and run functionality. Fine. So what we can do is we can wind up for today. I need to leave for some place, right? We'll meet again at same time.